and accept the election result to your own peril, whichever that nation is. Those that think that probably whether they are kings or queens or presidents or whatever, and some of them will have to sacrifice their own life on this particular issue. And maybe for them to know and learn if what the Lord had already done is not enough to teach them a lesson, to let them know that how can a sovereign be able to say that they support another sovereign that is of evil in the name of God. Do you know how repugnant and disgusting it is when somebody comes up to say, thank God for making them president based on corruption, based on lie. They look at saying God, they say they pray to God. What kind of human being does that? And say, God, I thank you for making me a president when you stole and when you lied, when you decided to disenfranchise people and concocted all kinds of lies. You say, bring evidence. Bring evidence. Can you hide what you have done from God? That God is looking and cannot see with all the manipulations that have been done. Even in the absence of the evidence, does God need you, man, a mortal man, to come to convince him about what you have done in secret? It's foolishness. It's foolishness. It's foolishness. I want to just say one thing. And today's message to you, because I said I am not going to spend too much in the word, but if I didn't say a word of God, then I have said something. But therefore I'm going to repeat what I have said in this series. We had a series on do not stand and be silent with the wicked and evil. And that's what we encourage every democracy in the world to do. Do not stand and be silent with the wicked and evil, because we are setting you, or else you'll be setting a very bad precedent, and you will be setting the clock back. If it is better to stand with the truth and wait until we get to the bottom of it and find out who did what and punish every single one of them. And in fact, by next week, and I will also, in my letter to the Congress, demand that all the people that were involved in this miscarriage of duty, disenfranchisement, that concocted these lies, if they fail to punish them in Nigeria, and even if they punish them in Nigeria, it is time we begin to hold them accountable here in the United States. We have our laws. And I am going to bring it up in my letter to the Congress, that we will going to bring into review every money, donation, money, equipment, military hardware, everything that is sent to Nigeria. On what premises did we send it to them? Are we putting up an evil and wicked regime to undermine the democratic principles of which we all fight so hard for and sacrifice in every nation in the world? Or are we pretending that we do not know what is happening over there? For we do know everything that is happening and what everybody is doing, whatever they had discussed, and whatever they have planned, whatever they have conspired, none of that is hidden from God. A few Sundays ago, I gave you a verse to read in the scriptures when I was talking about do not stand and be silent in the book of Ephesians in chapter 5. Ephesians in chapter 5 verse 11. That's what I can tell you again. I just want to give you a few words for you, every one of you who came out. For the Lord be glorified, for his name to be praised. For he provided the secured environment that even though few skirmishes here and there, but the people were able to go to vote. And then somebody says that they want to be able to anoint or select or choose whoever their turn is and undermine the will of the people. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Time, if I have to start to join the mobilization and the organizations, I will. And if we need to start to drag some people to court, we will. Here in the United States. Because it's so much of things, suffering and so much pain. I saw it because I was there. I lived it and I saw how wicked and how evil your leaders are. In Ephesians chapter 5, in verse 11, he says, do not participate in the useless deeds of darkness, but instead even expose them. That's what every youth should be doing. Every Nigerian should be doing. If you expose them. We said this before that it's going to happen, to prepare to expose them, because we want the Western democracy and the leaders of the West to be able to see, leaders of the Far East, the Middle East, everybody in the world to see their behind and see how wicked, dirty, ugly they are. Do not participate in the useless deeds of darkness, but instead even expose them. Let the sunlight shine, because that is the best disinfectant upon the darkness. Let their darkness be exposed. Talk about national unity. National unity what? You are not, Nigeria is not united. Nigeria has never been united. Except now, the young people. So young people, don't be discouraged. And was there. My flight left at the 0 hour on the 25th. Left Nigeria on the 0 hour on the 25th. Because I stayed to the end of it to make sure to watch and ask and pray and pray and pray for the calmness and the peace